Self-love. How many times have you heard me say the word self-love? Now, it's not a coincidence that that is the first pillar of my business. Now, you can call it whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it's the relationship that you have with yourself. Now, if you have a bad relationship with yourself, and then you're hoping and wishing that you're going to have a good relationship with somebody else, you are lying to yourself. Imagine that your love is like a cup of coffee in this case. Now, if I only love myself about that much, which a lot of people do, by the way, and some people don't even love themselves that much, they're down here. And if I only love myself that much, in order for me to fill up my cup, I need to fill it with something. So what would I fill it with? With other people's confirmation that I'm good enough, with other people's compliments, with people saying I look good, I'm smart, I'm this, I'm that. So that fills up my cup of self-love, and I feel like, you know what, maybe I am good enough. Maybe I am smart enough. But then what happens when somebody stops saying that to you, or when somebody says that you're not smart, or that you're not good looking enough? What happens? Well, then you drop again, and you miss all of that love that you created from external confirmation. Now goes down to where you believe that you are worthy of. Now, we always come back to where we believe that we are worthy of being, i.e. our identity. So if my identity is I love myself that much, then I need to be chasing other people's confirmation constantly in order for me to constantly have my cup filled. But this is a very dangerous place to be in, because that means I'm a victim of my life. I'm not a leader of my life. I'm dependent on other people's confirmation. Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, work colleagues, boss, friends, whatever it might be. Some people, though, might trade the whole I need other people's attention, so i.e. I like myself about that much or love myself, and the filling of other people's confirmation, they might fill this instead with arrogance. So they might turn into these kind of people that are really arrogant. They boss people around. And then a lot of people think, oh, they're so confident. They're so, sure of themselves. But I already know there's nothing sure about themselves in that. All it is I'm so afraid to be seen for whom I actually am. So therefore, I'm going to showcase myself for my brushed up version of myself, which actually is self-hatred. But then I become dominant. But if you put a little needle or needle into that balloon, it pops and you're back into having no self-love. So your job actually is to fill that cup up with your own self, not with other people, but with your own self. Now, how do we do that? Well, first of all, you got to do what I call an inventory. So the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out what the heck is going on. How do I speak to myself? So maybe keep a diary where you write things down. How many times a day do you tell yourself you're an idiot? You're not good enough. You're not good looking enough. When you look yourself in the mirror, what are the words that come into your head? You have not been aware of these words. You're only aware of how you're feeling. You're not aware of what you're actually telling yourself. So you've got to do an inventory. And this asks of you to switch on your conscious mind where you're actually paying attention. And so you're paying attention to what comes up in your mind when you look yourself in the mirror. If it comes up, oh my God, you're fat, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, you know that you've got garbage going on inside of yourself. Your self-love is so low that you're probably chasing for other people's confirmation. So that's number one. The second thing you got to do is you got to pay attention to how you speak about yourself to other people. If you don't know how you speak about yourself to other people, you might want to ask the people in your close proximity, what do I say about myself when I'm around you? Honestly, ask people, or just pay attention when you're speaking. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Do you say things like that? How do you think that's going to fill up your cup of self-love? It's not. When you say, oh, I'm such an idiot, you're waiting for people to say, no, you're not, you're brilliant, you're great. Okay, self-love goes up a little bit, but then something happens and it drops again. You want to be a leader of your life. You do not want to be a victim of your life. So those are the two things you need to do in the inventory category. And then the third thing you need to do is you need to create affirmations. Now, depending on how much you hate yourself, some people resent themselves, like honestly hate the guts of themselves. If you truly hate yourself, you can't just make up affirmations like I'm amazing, I'm beautiful, I'm fabulous, because your brain ain't gonna believe it. If it's that far away from the truth, your brain's gonna go, that's not true. But whatever affirmation you make up in the beginning is going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel like it's not the truth. Because what's the truth? Your comfort zone. So what's your comfort zone? To give yourself shit and to treat yourself like crap. That's your comfort zone. So whatever affirmations you make up, even if it's, I'm pretty good, you're still going to feel like, oh my God, you're just making that shit up. That's because you're not used to it. It's outside of your comfort zone. But you got to make that zone your comfort zone in order for you to fill up your cup of self-love. So if you hate your guts, then you can't go out and say you're fabulous and you're brilliant. What you do then is when you look yourself in the mirror, you say to yourself, you know what? I'm doing the best that I can. I'm really doing the best that I can. Come on, we've got this. Today is going to be another day. Today I'm going to treat you better. Something like that actually gives you a bit of self-love, but not at that level where you're going to go out and like conquer the world. But if you only hate yourself a little bit, maybe just not dislike yourself in certain areas, and your self-love is actually quite much higher, maybe half of the cup, then what you need to do is turn on the heat on the affirmations and stand in the mirror and really embody these affirmations. And whichever affirmations you do, even if it's affirmations about, you know what, we're doing the best that we can, you got to embody it with feeling. Because remember, if you just do it with your head and words, you're not going to change. You need to drop it into the heart and the mind in order for there to be magic and a change in your identity. So you got to be saying things like, you know what, I am amazing, I am brilliant, I'm smart, I'm sexy, I'm fabulous. Whatever it might be, in every single day, bathe in that. Bathe in that. And change the way that you speak to yourself on a consistent basis. Pay attention, be your own police and go, nope, I refuse to have that thought in my head. What am I going to change it to instead? When you speak to other people, ask your surroundings to tell you. If you're treating yourself like shit, tell me if I'm doing that so that I can change and say, no, I'm not going to say that about myself. I'm not going to say an idiot. I'm going to say, you know what? I did the best that I could. I tried really hard. Those are my 3-step process for you to fill up your cup of self-love so you no longer have to be dependent on other people's love for you. And you can actually create it yourself, because you know what else happens when you have self-love at the top of your cup? You become less needy. You're not going to be chasing people. You don't become jealous anymore. Lots of things start to flow, and your confidence will start to flow, and you will start to live in a much easier place. It's so much easier to vibrate high vibration than low vibration and self-hatred. So good luck with that. Go out, watch this video over and over again, and then do the work and implement it in your life.